All right, today we're going to go over the difference between a long versus a short position. If you're new to trading, this is something that you probably heard. It might be a little bit confusing, so we're going to clarify that right now. All right, so a long is the following. A long is, first of all, it's the expectation that the price is going to go up. So for example, we're on Bitcoin to the US dollar right now. I expect that Bitcoin will be going up. Through my technical analysis, I've determined that at, for example, let's give an example. We have, say, $7,000, I think is a good spot to buy Bitcoin. It goes up to $8,000. And at that point, I believe that that would be, through my technical analysis, that's a good target that I expect to sell Bitcoin at. So I buy it at 7,000 and I sell it at 8,000. That's what a long is, your expectation that the price is going to go up. I have a profit of $1,000 because I bought it at 7 and I sold it at 8. Pretty straightforward, okay? So it's just buying low, selling high. Okay, the short is the opposite of that. That is, you have the expectation that the price is going to go down, okay? Let's say, for example, $10,000 here. I expect through my technical analysis again, it's going to start at $10,000 and it's going to go down to $8,000, say, for example. So how do I do this with a short? This is where it gets a little tricky. So what I first have to do is within my exchange, I borrow 1 Bitcoin. And I borrow 1 Bitcoin because it's at $10,000 at the time I'm doing this. So I take the 1 Bitcoin and I go and I sell that Bitcoin on the exchange for $10,000. So I sell the Bitcoin for $10,000 on the exchange. And as I expect through my technical analysis, the price goes down and hits my target of 8,000. So then I go back into the exchange and I buy it back for 8,000. So I buy that 1 Bitcoin back for $8,000. And then I get that Bitcoin and I return it back to the exchange. So I hand that back to the exchange, what I was borrowing from the exchange. Now, since I had originally sold it for 10,000 and now I bought it back for 8,000, that was a $2,000 difference that I get to keep. The exchange only wants their 1 Bitcoin. They're not interested in where I bought it and sold it from. They want to just get that Bitcoin back in their possession. So I return that Bitcoin to them, and because I sold it originally, I sold it for a higher price, and then I bought it back for a lower, I have a $10 or $2,000 difference, which I get to keep. Now, obviously, this is a very simplified version. There's fees that go into exchanges and so forth, but we're just keeping it very easy and straightforward for this example. So that's it. So let's repeat that one more time. So a long is I'm assuming that the price is going to go up. I'm going to buy low. I'm going to sell high. And that's where the profit I'm making, that's pretty straightforward, like anything, buying a house low, selling a house for high. Very, very simple. And that's called a long or a long position. Short would be the direct opposite, is I'm selling it high. First of all, the assumption is that the price is going to go down, and I'm selling it high, and then I'm buying it back low with a borrowed Bitcoin from the exchange. And this is all happening within the software itself, so it's happening seamlessly, but that's the basic effect of it. So I'm borrowing the Bitcoin, I'm selling it high and buying it low. All right, that's pretty much it. Hope that was clear. Thanks, guys.